Hey everyone, Caleb with Antique Book Collective, and today I'm getting to you guys with a recent purchase that I did for my eBay business. So guys, as you know, I have been selling antique books for a couple of days, maybe a couple of years, I don't know, somewhere in there. And with this whole business, well, let's face it, antique books, they go up, they go down, and how often they sell, all that sort of stuff that not everyone in the world is going to be looking for. Particular, let's say, Catholic books. No one's going to be looking for particular, like, really beautiful Bibles like this one. There's going to be ups and downs in what you are selling in your business. And, well, something I've seen in eBay and something a lot of other resellers see in eBay is when you're not getting a lot of sales, it just sort of like, it's a drought and it stays in drought until you can somehow force yourself to get a sale. And then when it rains, it pours. Much like actual droughts end. When the droughts normally end in real life, I mean, they're oftentimes just absolutely, you see absolute deluges, of rainfall. And that same sort of thing happens with your eBay businesses. When it rains, it pours with your sales. So with that being said, something that a lot of resellers will do is try to find something that can consistently sell in their eBay business to make sure that those drought periods just do not last. That way, they never have to worry about, oh no, I didn't have a sale all month long. Oh no, I'm probably not going to get any more because, again, it's drought. It's going to stay in drought until you can somehow force a sale, which, cough, cough, list a bunch of new books. eBay loves that. eBay loves consistent new listings, so that is one thing you can do to help force a sale and help get a lot more business in your store. But something else a lot of people will do is they have all these one-off things like me. A lot of people will then go out and find something that is sort of a replenishable item that they could sell on their eBay store as well. Something that they can A, buy more of really cheap, or B, make more of and be able to sell those things just for the consistent sales. So with all that being said, there's my layup. Now, time for the slam dunk. I think that's all basketball terms said properly. I don't know. I don't play basketball. No interest in playing basketball. But anywho's, for me, guys, I was running some numbers. I was looking at some things. I was thinking about different projects I could do for something I could add to my antique book business. Something that I've wanted to add for a while. And I actually did have it right here behind me for the longest time. It's actually in front of me on a different desk, so I can't get it right now. But it was a little brass bookmark. And guys, I know it's really weird. I know it's really stupid, but I saw that brass bookmark in an antique book that I bought. I can't remember which book it was, but I had an antique book, and I was looking at it, and the book clearly had not been read for at least 40 to 60 years, at least. So looking at that bookmark, I'm like, oh, so this is an antique thing. And I was looking at it, and my name, it's Caleb, as you guys know, and the bookmark even had a little C on it, like just only a C. That was the entire thing. It's just an initial on it. I was like, I really like this. I would love to sell that sort of thing on my eBay store. So I looked and I looked and I looked and I couldn't find anything like it. So eventually I was like, okay, I'll just have to make it. And, well, let's face it, guys, life happens. That got put on the back burner for a couple of years. I've had that bookmark for, I think, 2 years now. And I just finally started taking the leap down to actually go and start making those particular bookmarks. I don't expect those bookmarks to make me rich. What's so stinging ever? I have a pretty decent markup on them, though, so I mean, if I sold enough, I definitely could get rich. But with those bookmarks and with this new purchase that I did, which is a laser printer, I'm actually going to be engraving these things. And guys, sometimes you make purchases, you have all these things planned, and sometimes you manage to forget one very important thing for research that you didn't know you needed research. You didn't know it was even a thing. But guys, for me, I found out that the particular laser printer that I got, it's a blue diode laser. As it turns out, those cannot engrave brass. They can engrave steel and other things, but not brass, which I was a little distraught to discover. So I went and I figured out 20 other things that I was testing out. I did get some results with one of them, but none of it really worked. I tried laser marking spray. I tried all these things, got some pretty neat results, but none of it was exactly what I wanted, which, let's face it, that's a bit of a bummer when you go out and buy a laser etcher for a couple $100, or in the case of some people, a few $1,000s. I didn't pay that much, though. As you all know, I am cheap. But with that said, what is my game plan from here? Am I going to do this? Am I going to return it? Am I going to do? So guys, right off the bat, let me just say I'm going to be keeping the laser etcher, engraver, printer, cutter, whatever you want to call it, and I actually have several other plans that I'm working on. I still will be doing the brass thing. I guess, won't be able to engrave it with the laser. But I do have several other plans that I'll be able to do. Unfortunately, I won't be able to engrave the brass. Again, that stinks, but I do still have some tricks up my wee little sleeves, my little short sleeves. I got some tricks up there, and I will be hopefully getting more varieties of those brass bookmarks out. Right now, I'm just doing like literally a stamp, like little die and hammer, and it's stamped, that sort of thing. Honestly, I should buy a little like die press thingamabob so I can do it more properly, but that's more money than I'd like to spend right now because again, I am cheap, and we'll see what happens with all that, what I end up going for with all that. But end of the day, that's what I'm doing with that sort of thing. However, why did I buy a laser etcher for this? Could I have not purchased a CNC machine with an actual like drill bit on it or all these other things? Could I not have done those? Well, I could have done those. I could have even gone at it with a Dremel. I could do so many other things than buy a laser etcher. So why did I go down that route? Well, I'm not going to let you guys think about that one too long. So the reason why I went down that route was because, let's face it, there's other things you can engrave, the other things you can cut, all that sort of stuff. For me, something else that I've considered, I actually have piles and piles of leather just sitting around as a normal person has, just some beautiful leather sitting around because I purchased that for some other things for this business that I experimented with. Well, people sell leather bookmarks. Well, I have a laser engraver that I can engrave leather with. Boom, just like that, done. I can do that right quick. You can do etching and cutting and all that sort of stuff with paper for paper bookmarks, cardboard, all these sorts of things. It's like endless possibilities at the end of the day. In fact, there's a lot of people that do wood. However, that's all just the bookmark space. There's other things that I can do potentially with my thing. So for instance, let's think for a little second. If I bought a little laser printer, all I could do is bookmarks. In fact, guys, I did look at just little laser printers. In fact, I looked at one that was just a little tripod that I would put over just a little bookmark, and it would do that individual bookmark. And I was looking at it. First off, it was rather expensive for how small it was, but I was looking at it, I was like, that'd be really cool, but that's so limiting because I would love to do something else. I'd love to do something more. Guys, the laser etcher that I ended up getting is something like I think it's like 18 by 18 inches, roughly. Could be like 15 by 18, somewhere in there. That's a whole lot bigger than the tiny coverage of, 5-inch circle that the other one could do. And there's a lot of other ones out there that I was looking at, and I was looking at this and this and this, and there were several companies that weren't very well tested by like other Amazon users. I bought mine on Amazon, and I was looking at all these different ones. I'm like, this one looks cool. I like the price. There's only one review on it. I don't like the look of that. And then this one, oh, it's cool, this and this and this. I look at the 1-star reviews. Guys, always look up the 1-star reviews for things. Oftentimes you'll just have a bunch of butthurt morons leaving 1-star reviews, but sometimes they leave some really good information in those reviews. Sometimes those 1-star reviews are earned. So I looked those up, and it's like, oh, it messed up on this and this and this. This person said the laser died after this long, this long, this long. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to spend this much for a laser etcher and then have the laser die. So I ended up going with a larger-ish company that does laser etching machines, but it's actually the same company that made a 3D printer that my family has. In fact, between my family and so my family living with me here and my sister, we actually have 2 of these companies' laser printers because I guess we're just nerds like that. So the company that did my laser etcher is called Creality, not sponsored thing whatsoever, but I really like their stuff. Really easy to use. Could not highly recommend it enough. I don't have any links for you guys for that, but literally just hop on Amazon or on their website. Don't know what kind of deals you guys can find. It goes in surges of what kind of deals they have, so maybe wait for Black Friday or something if you guys do want to go down this route, or don't go down this route. Literally, I'm just sharing all this just to tell you guys there are other things you do, things you can experiment with in your business to try to expand, to try to make sure that you can get more sales. For me, I'm doing the bookmark thing and all the other things that I'm going to be adding. Cough, cough, I got some fun stuff planned, but all these things, I'm just doing it all to try to maintain more consistent sales in my eBay store. If I can just make sure that laser printer goes 24/7 and keeps on making me stuff, you better believe I'll do that if it can continue getting me sales, if it can continue paying for itself and paying for my time and all that sort of stuff while getting me consistent sales. That means I will continue selling books, and books, as you guys know, are sort of my money maker. I mean, when you can buy a book for $1 and sell it for $100, that's rather nice. So I hope you guys sort of liked hearing sort of my thought, my brainstorm, my brain just dump right on you guys with just what I'm going to be doing with the laser etcher. Obviously, I have a lot of other things planned for this business. In fact, as you guys know, I share different oil mixes that I like to do with my books. In fact, do I have any oil right by me? I do not. I just have books that I oiled, I guess. But my different mixes, I've had a lot of people go out and buy them on Amazon, on all these different places, going out and buying these things, asking this question and this question, asking me to test out this thing and this thing. Well, let's see. If I'm giving all this information out, and if I'm already making the stuff, I wonder if I could sell my own oil blend. Obviously, yes, I can. So I actually ran all the numbers for doing that, and it's actually on a sticky note. Guys, I have an addiction to sticky notes. As you guys might know by this point, if you've seen my channel long enough, you know that there's sticky notes all over with different ideas. So when I'm running numbers for stuff, when I'm doing research, I make long sticky notes. In fact, I feel like they should make sticky note scrolls or something for people like me. It's pretty sad, pretty pathetic with how much I like my sticky notes. But anywho's, I have all the numbers run for starting the oil business for leather covers. I've been brainstorming this and this and this. I've got all the numbers down for how much it will cost for me to get, like, sort of dip my toe into the waters. Obviously, guys, I will not be buying the stuff in bulk enough to be able to save a ton of money and make huge profits, but I'll still be able to make a decent premium on what I'm doing. I think I wish I had the number with me. I could run it on my phone really quick to see the numbers, but I want to say it's at least 40%, might be 80% profit margin for what I'm going to be doing, which is pretty good numbers. Obviously, we will see what it ends up selling for long term, because when I was doing all my research for it, I could not find anything that was specifically made for conditioning book leather. I could see saddle leather, shoe leather, seat leather, all these things, but nothing for actual books. And books, guys, they're a special animal, because with seats and with shoes, you're just dealing with leather, maybe some cloth underneath that leather. With saddles, okay, you have some wood underneath, so there are some similarities between saddle and books, but, well, saddles, it's leather, thicker leather, wrapped around wood. Books, it's thin leather wrapped around, like, cardboard, so it's like sort of different animals, because cardboard's a lot more absorbent and you have a lot more risk of spoiling, so all that sort of stuff. So that's something that I'm really hoping to get into, is selling the oil for these books, and that's obviously something I'll be listing on my eBay store. Not going to be dropping a link, because again, guys, I like to keep things separate between the eBay store and this channel, but that is something I will be doing in the hopefully near-ish future. Just need to set aside some cash to get into it a little bit more. Obviously, I could afford it right now, but I got enough on my plate, guys. It's been insane this month. Oh, and by the way, my birthday was the first of this month, so even more insane. I'm an old man now. In fact, I've been an old man for a long time. But anywho's, that's just yet another thing that I'm dealing with. All these different businesses, all these different ideas, all that sort of stuff. Obviously, there's a lot of other stuff I'd like to share with you guys, but that's going to be for another video. I get told I ramble too much in these videos. I just try to chase every rabbit and kick every dog. So I'm sorry if you guys do feel that way. But end of the day, it's my channel. I can do what I want. I don't know. Free country. With that said and done, though, guys, thank you for watching. Again, I hope that my brainstorming, my brain dumping on you guys with different ideas that I have for my store sort of gets your own brain juices going, so you guys can potentially be like, ooh, I've never thought about doing that. I want to, maybe I'll do some research on this, research on that. And guys, I actually have a video coming out next week. I'm actually about to record it right now, cough, cough. But I have a video coming out next week, which is going to actually be all about helping you guys with the ideation process for you, for your business. So I hope that video is helpful, and I will be linking to it right there, and you'll be able to see it next week when that video is out. So with that said and done, thank you guys for your time. Again, be sure to check out that video idea right there, and be sure to check out that video too, because YouTube says you will love it. And with that said and done, I'll see you guys in the next one.